Let's go. The man, the myth, the legend, Kordell Stewart will be joining us today.
My man.
Slash, let me ask you this, dog. Like
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Louisiana, down Marrero, New Orleans, played
Mhm.
college Colorado, drafted by the Steelers, played with the Bears, Ravens as well, living in Georgia. Now, all these places you've been, what is it like when the state of Colorado calls you up and say, hey, we want to put you in our Hall of Fame?
Yeah, that's it's officially home for real, for real. Like it's home.
Yeah.
That's I've always claimed it. But I'm in everybody's living room. I'm everybody's favorite. I mean, when you go into Colorado Sports Hall of Fame, that's way up there. Like as in there's a multitude of sports in that state. You're there. You know what it is. You got fishing, you got shooting, you got boomeranging, you got snowmobiling, you got boogie boarding on the snow. Pick it. I
Yeah,
mean,
because
it's
they
not
outside.
enough. You got
It's
it,
an outside state.
bro. It's everything under the sun, and it's not just college. It's also the Jokic of the world that's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Other sports figures, females and males. And so when you get a chance to receive that award, that's bigger than the institution. When you start, well, I had to Google it to figure out, what that was. And I just love that state, man. I just love the people in it. It's if you've never been there before, your horizons will change immediately once you get there and you get to experience the lifestyle of what Colorado has to offer. It's breathtaking, and it's appreciated because it's not so much an award, it's a reward, right? And when you put in that
I like that.
work, the reward is it's being said in every household in the state that we see you and we appreciate you. And all I can say is thank you. Sometimes being given your flowers allows you to go back in time and remember the work put in. You know, um, and when you get to the point where you're on that level, where it encompasses every single sport from little league to the highest levels of sport, the professionals, and you're in there with John Elway, man, you play too much. Y'all
Yeah,
clowning.
I like the way you framed that, man, because I hadn't considered that. I remember hitting you up when it was announced, and I had considered that. Yeah, I mean, this is every sport in Colorado. That includes the Nuggets, the Avalanche, the proteins, the Olympic training villages in Colorado, all the colleges that are in Colorado, the high schools as well. So it's not just like a CU, and that's not to diminish the CU Hall of Fame, but it's
No,
not
no,
a
no, no,
college
no, no,
award.
no.
This is
Yeah,
every sport that's ever taken place in the state Hall of Fame.
ever, ever, ever. So when you get in there, it makes you proud to know that people acknowledging you, man. Like I want flowers, bro. Life is about abundance of joy and excitement and winning. I
Yeah.
want to keep winning, bro. Ain't nobody got time to be held back because of someone else's, issues and no, you got to go through what do they call it? The you know, criterias and what is it? Like bro, once you get in, that means the people remember. I'm glad I'm still here to get it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Because look at Rashawn,
Yep.
look at Coach Mack, people that we love tremendously in that
Yeah.
state. Give them to me now, man. Don't make me wait. Stop making me wait.
Mm.
I don't feel like I'm like all that waiting. For what? When Chan Gailey, who I had in Pittsburgh, really good man. He coached John Elway when he was with the Broncos. And he gave me something, and I forever will stand by this. And I'm never gonna become impatient, and I'm never gonna deal with peer pressure. And I'm always staying on my square, which is not about who's right, it's about what's right.
Mm.
It's not about who's right, it's about what's right. And when you do what's right, you can go to sleep at night. And I rest good. I rest real good. real good.
Love that.
And when you get that kind of stuff, man, that's to me, that's the reward for just doing my part. It's a lot of people and a lot of different facets involved in this thing. And it was earned too. It wasn't given to me. It was earned. I had to go take it and get it. I went to a school at the time where there was a lot of first round draft choices on there. Whether it's the B enemies, whether it's the Alfred Williams, whether it's the Mike Pritchards, it's a lot of whether it's the Leonard Renfros on the D line, whether it's the Greg Beakerts. I can go on and on with the name, the Chad Browns. Like I went to an institution where they just came off of winning 2 national championships in 3 years. 88, they got it. Miami got it in 89. Colorado got it in 90. So the competition was stiff. They just got one of my great friends, Vance Joseph, out of state of New Orleans, out of state of Louisiana. I'm sorry. I think he went to 2 state championships 2 out of 3 years. And I was recruited by Colorado. Do you know how hard that is? And then Darren Hagan was there, who just was a part of getting those teams. Bro, we were loaded. There was no spurts of, you got him and then the line of them is, you got to get rid of them to bring in somebody else because of this new transfer portal. No, 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 no. It was stiff. And then you had that conference where you had the people like the Barry Sanders and the Thurman Thomases coming out of there. You had all those great players, the Bosworths. Like the competition in the Big 8 was like the SEC is today. That's who we were back then. And it was really just 3 schools. And so then you think about being an all-purpose leader in yards. Man, you had Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders in that conference, bro. There was special teams players, running backs, and receivers. And them dudes are Hall of Famers in the National Football League. And I end up being all-purpose leader in yards. Crazy. Lost 2. I think I lost only 2 conference games in my career.
Yep.
I want some more flowers, man. Y'all got some?
Well, I guess I bump you back up to favorite Q. So
there you go. See what I'm saying? I just had to win you over a little bit. I got him. Brother Cleveland, I got him. He can't go nowhere. I got him.
Chico, your mic off.
Chico, I'm gonna give him a big hug when I see him next time. Give one of them Q hugs. You need to get that once in a while.
That's right.
You need a Q hug because he got all that red stuff on him over there. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Chico, I know you finna ask something, but I gotta tell Slash something why he buddying up with you. The Qs are still circling around the projects looking for Chico because they was out there step practicing. He go yell out his window, "Y'all need to cut all that damn noise out." But he wouldn't identify who he was, so they still riding around looking for him.
You know what, man? Chico,
that's a true story, though.
Hey, look, because you brave enough to do it, man. You probably allowed to go to the cookout because you got to have
See
some bravery.
that? That's what I'm talking about.
Be the brother, you got to have some bravery to be the brothers now.
Yeah.
You got to have some bravery.
Chico, what you yell at that window, Chico?
No, they was out there just stepping, Kordell. They was just out there stepping. I'm like, why is they practicing outside my window? And all you hear is, oh yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I said, okay. I said, all right. They don't see me up here. I'm just gonna yell out my window.
You had the window open with the screen right there. You
had the window, the window that slide like this, that flap open, so they can't see. I said,
ooh, yeah.
Boy, they turned around and looked up. I come outside, I see them ride around, look like on Boys in the Hood when they were hanging out the window looking. All I see is purple shirts hanging out the window looking.
all you did, Chico, is got a part of the festivities, man. The guys love that you allowed yourself to be a part of the festivities, man. You all right. You'll be all right. You're all right, Chico. But the newts over there, the red people.
Nah, I couldn't wear red back in the day, Kordell, so I couldn't.
Let me be honest with you. Let me be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. Real talk. Red was my favorite color, though. It always was. Like, I promise to God, like almost like Oklahoma red. Like I guess they call it crimson. I guess. I mean,
crimson. Yeah.
There's a little more brighter. They're more fire engine red.
They can.
But that's not Oklahoma. That's not Oklahoma's red though.
That kind of like my pen.
There you go. A little darker.
I like my drink. Which one you want?
Yeah.
But
I used to be in love with
my
that.
marker.
Yeah, I had to be in love with that, man. That color was my.
How did you? Let's ask this then. How did you even decide to join the Omega fraternity? or the fraternity
Well,
of Omega Psi-Phi. How do you
you
pronounce it
got
so I don't say anything disrespectful?
Omega Psi-Phi Fraternity
Just
Incorporated, sir.
Incorporated, 1911.
Incorporated, sir. Yeah, 19. There you go. There you go. So you're chosen, right? You're chosen. So I became one of the chosen ones, and that's how I got in because I was chosen.
That's right.
You know, you can't. You know, once your opportunity comes, you got to take advantage of it. A lot of people love to have an opportunity to be a part of that life, that chosen way of life, but only a few. You know, only a few are selected, brother. So it's kind of hard. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to be a part of that life when you know what we're about and what we do. And, we're really about that service and the community work, man. That's what we're truly about. We're about service and community, and we're a Christian organization. We embrace all brothers, all shapes, size, forms, and colors. Even the noobs over there, we embrace them.
And
We know when times get tough, we know
that's
who
what
they
ruled
call
Chico
on.
out right there.
Does a rule be out?
Chico, little dude,
Chico's over there doing the checklist. He's like, well, look,
he was feeling
look.
Neely, he was doing process of elimination real quick,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Come on,
Gonna
man.
text
Come
me.
on, Chico.
I gotta be left halfway through.
Text me and ask me is 1 out of 5 because he still make it. Like, no, Chico, they want 5 out of 5.
I went to the introductory meeting. Halfway through the meeting when they talk about all the requirements, I was like, "Oh, well, time to go."
Man, I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of people call, but there's only a few that's chosen, man. So
That's right.
I was one of the chosen one, and I love it. It's the greatest thing I could have ever done.
Hey, they said something about crossing the burning sand. I was like, that don't sound too pleasant.
Ah, man, you be all right. Don't worry about that, man. I don't know what you're talking about, but man, I say it like this: everything worth having is you got to earn it, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
I love how fraternity members talk about their fraternity, and they be so vague sometimes, and you try to ask questions from the outside in. They like, you just it's like a verbal stiff arm.
I got one more story. I got one more story for you, Slash. Chico gonna come to me one day and say, "Man, that's all right. The Capitals wanted me to pledge." I said, "Hey, what made you say that?" He said, I spent the night with someone. They sent me to the store to get the ice, so I know they wanted me."
Oh man,
I had to go drink. I had to go get the bill, so I know they wanted me.
Like, that's called a store runner.
I said, Chico, sadly, that's not how it works.
I say this for you, Chico. You got a lot of good friends, man. As long as you got a couple friends around you, man, you be all right, man. Ain't nothing wrong. Kappa's good guys too. They're great guys. So you're on with a good friend, and I like to consider myself one to you too, brother. So you know how you be all right. Don't worry about nothing. You be all right. Just be careful with all that noise you made out that window, though. Just be careful.
I see.
Just take your time.
You probably would have been riding around with him looking for me after that one. Right
I mean, I just figured, he probably was sneezing or something, and he just was a part of the festivities and felt
that wasn't a good showing right there. That wasn't.
He was okay. He was okay. I mean, he was okay. He was all right. He was just a part of the festivities. It's the same.
That's right. That's all.
You made the right. At least you made the right sound. Let's just say that you made the right sound. You made the right sound.
That's what's. Until next time, we're gonna be up and about. Peace and melody.